Good afternoon, world. My name is Eric Sager, also known as Thundersheet, depending on who you follow me on. Today, we are going to be looking at the Crk Sabenza Small 31. This is actually a newer knife on the market, right? Um, the stats about this knife, let me get that over with, is the blade material is S35 VN, supposedly coming in S45. Let's hurry up. Overall length is a 3.61 inch blade. Overall length is 8.4 inches, which is, so it's pretty good. The weight's about 4.7 ounces. It's almost basically about 5. I really don't understand why they haven't came out with more blade steels, but that's okay. It's actually made in Idaho. Actually, that's again where I'm kind of from. I'm kind of starting with those knives first. We're near and dear to my heart, right? Local, support your local business. Meaning, it's made in Idaho. So a couple size comparisons, commonality things like Benchmade Mini Reptilian. So it's about the same size, it's basically there. We also have the Benchmade Mini Bug Out again. So you're looking about the same size as the Mini Bug Out. Let's do another common one, the Civivi Elementum, which most people have by now. Actually, a really good $50 beater. I'm sure we'll get to that next, right? The next one is actually the older brother. This is the large Sebenza 31. So you can see how ginormous the comparison is. If you're looking for a small EDC-friendly knife, this is the one that I would probably recommend. How this got to me would be, this is actually one of my first high-end knives a long time ago that I actually owned. I actually owned the variation of the 21, which is the predecessor to this one. They updated ceramic lock. They also changed the angle of the clip a little bit, and they made what the Crk community would call major improvements, but I don't think it changed that much. This knife's actually probably one of my most carried knives, if not the most carried. Let's go ahead and go over some of the ups and downs. The biggest up for me is American made. I support my country, right? The quality and control of Chris Reeves, if you know anything about the industry, Chris Reeves knives is the quality is ridiculous. You get 2 pieces of titanium and a nice thin cut blade. You're paying for it, right? But I mean, it's a nice quality knife. The quality control is also there. They work really hard in working on that. The fit and finishes are there. Like you can see, it's nice and even. This is used for sure. This isn't like a safe queen by any means, but it's honestly really nice. Another positive thing is Chris Reeves released some backs of product. So they give you a box with a little birth card, which everybody thinks is really cool, but it's their own. They also give you a birth date, and they also give you the tools and the grease and the Loctite, which not a lot of companies are doing. If you get into the higher end knives, makers either avoid warranties or try to avoid that. There's a couple of brands that I'm not going to mention right now that do that really bad. Chris is really open about that, which I really like. I think honestly, overall, that's the pros is you get quality, made in the USA, really good warranty, and the tools are already shipped to you to take the knife apart. Basically, the guy saying, hey, do what you want with my knife. Tim Reeves is the person that owns the company now. But he's basically saying, do what you need with the knife and move on. The couple of the downsides about this knife, there's going to be some huge ones, honestly, for the 350 to 425 MSRP and the 350, probably the most blade forms are going to be there. That's a lot of money for really not a lot. I mean, realistically speaking, it's S35 and it's 2022. When you can get another like the Enrique Pena at the front for the Trapper for less money and a higher blade quality steel, or really, this is going to really make it sound bad. The TRM Atom and carbide scales, you can get this. This starts at like 180, and this is CPM 20 CV, and so the price is just not. They have a lot of fanboys that love CRK, and I think that's what they're following. And honestly, I can't really talk too much about that because obviously I carry it most of the time. But it's not the price to blade ratio is really bad. So getting into the knife, this knife is bad. We talked about the older brother, the large Sebenza. this gets even worse. So I mean, again, you're paying for a lot for what you actually get. The biggest other downfall for me, it's just older fashioned knife. Just either you love or hate it. I do love it, but again, in the 21st century world, you can get an Elementum that has almost a comparable steel and a crisp Loctite action. I mean, you can hear that off the camera. But that's a really nice crisp action for what that is. And again, this is $50. I mean, again, or another competitor on the market is the mini bug out. You get the same steel, quicker action, again for a third of the price, right? I mean, that's the big hump you have to get over with the Chris Reeves. Overall, I do think that this knife is worth it. My final thoughts of the knife is, if you have the money, you want to buy a Cry once. I think that's the industry standard with Chris Reeves, and that's something why I could recommend the knife. Just don't expect to be wowed by the Sebenza. I mean, yes, it is, fit and finishes are great. The action is really butterly smooth. I mean, nice and easy. Be really easy, nice and easy owned. It's the quality's there. The home turf, okay, USA made is there. Made in Idaho. The fit and finishes are there. It's more of an industry standard, but again, you have to bite the price. That's the debatable factor for anybody that's going to get, especially in the intro of the knife community, which is the target audience I'm trying to go for. This is probably going to be the top tier level. Basically, once after you do the Small Sebenza, you get into more customs, mid-techs, and that's above where I'd like to go. I really appreciate everybody being here this afternoon. If you have any comments, questions, or thoughts on this video, go ahead and leave them in the comments below. Again, this either Thundersheet or Eric Sager. Have a great night.